Hi everyone and welcome to this week's guidance video for the 2nd of May through to the 6th of May. You're listening to myself, Kerryn Slater. I'm an international psychic medium, Reiki master teacher and a meditation teacher. If you didn't already know that, and of course my website is Holistic Essentials Therapy and Consulting. Anyway, I wanted to say to you that this week everyone has been talking about being drained of energy. Everyone has been talking about having some crazy dreams. They've been talking about not sleeping. So there is definitely a lot, as I mentioned in last week's video, and of course in my guidance cards this week. There is a lot going on a planetary scale. Energetically, of course, for all of us at this time, with 5 planets at the moment going into retrograde. I have a piece of hair in my mouth somewhere. Oh my god. Anyway, it can stay there. And of course we're all very easily distracted. Some people having difficulties in focusing. I know that it took me a lot longer than it normally would to sit in front of my phone today and get this started. And there was a part of me that was like, oh, it's all too hard. But so we do feel that. And what I'm feeling intuitively with that is really we just need to give ourselves a break, and we just need to take each day as it comes. And also in the last week, I've been asking myself the big questions that I'm used to asking myself, and they are, what am I here for? Who am I? What am I? What is my purpose? What is my soul purpose? Universe, what is it that you would like from me today? Because of course, that's the question that I ask before I do any of my work. I start every day with, who would you have me be? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say, and to whom? And you've heard me say that before. That's from A Course in Miracles. But it's really been on my mind the last few days. And what these questions have led to, of course, there's not an answer, but it's been an interesting process. Who am I? Who am I fundamentally at my core? Who am I? What am I? And then that leads to, well, I'm part of the whole universe. So therefore I'm the God source expressing itself. And then I ask myself, well, and I don't mean that in an egotistical way, because in Eastern philosophies and in Eastern philosophies, that they already know this. They already know that we are the energy of the whole universe, source, God, Buddha, whatever you wish to call it, expressing itself, because it is the continuous creation and co-creation of the universe expanding, the expansion of the universe. And so what I would ask myself, thank you, what I would ask, that was really cool. What I would ask myself then is, well then, can God be really understood? Can you really know God? Can you really, truly understand the whole energy of the universe? All that is, the mother and father energy that governs everything. Could you possibly know that you can't know it on a logical level, but so that would beg to ask then, well, how can I truly know myself? Because if the energy of the whole universe, if God, whatever you're comfortable with, really knew itself intricately, would it need to continue to recreate itself through us in order for us to understand ourselves? So therefore, if the God source of the energy is continually re-expressing itself through human life, all life, not just human life, all life, and not just on this planet, does it really understand itself then? Because it's always wanting to express itself and experience itself over and over again differently. So therefore that's a continuous cycle, because we exist in eternity. So that's a continuous cycle that never ends. So therefore, how could you ever truly possibly know yourself? Wow, that has really blown my mind this week, because we spend so much time trying to figure out who we really are and what we're supposed to do and where we should be, when I've come to the realization that I'm really never going to really know who I am. And I have to be okay with that. I have to be okay with that I don't know everything. I really don't. And I was driving along in the car the other day, and I was saying this out to the universe, like, seriously, I know nothing. I don't know anything. And you know what? And there was some peace in that, because it's okay. I don't need to know everything. Who needs to know everything? And why would we want to know everything? Because if we would know everything, then there would be no point existing, because the point of existence is that continuous striving for knowledge and creation and understanding of all things that present themselves to us. So I'm happy to stay in the flow of creation by not knowing and not limiting myself and not limiting the God source of the universe by wanting to label it and wanting to put it into a box. So I'm learning to accept that I'm okay with where I'm at. I'm okay with who I'm at. And I'm learning to trust 100%, which I do most of the time, but I am human and we all have our moments. I'm far from perfect, and I'm coming to realize that I just need to be okay with where I'm at, and I'm okay with where I'm at, and not knowing where I'm going to be next, or what I'm going to be doing next, or what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. That's okay. Because if I'm present in the moment, if I'm here in the present moment and just enjoying and appreciating what is and accepting what is and not fighting against it, then that means that I'm going to be in the perfect position for whatever life is next going to ask for me, because I will be completely aware when it presents itself to me. So that's been really cool. That has been the last few days for me. And yes, I do have a little bit of a headache. It has been a crazy week. So I just wanted to share that with you, because I think that it's important that we should continue to ask the questions. We really should just continue to ask the questions. We may not always get the answer that we want, and we may not always find the final destination, but what will occur is that we will be granted glimpses of inspiration, and when you're fully present, then you can be witness to the miracles that occur all the time in this life. And so to me, that's far more exciting than knowing where I'm supposed to be and who I'm supposed to be. I'm happy just to take each day as it comes and be grateful and appreciative for who I am in this very moment. And that just has to be enough, and that just has to be okay. So yes, there you go. All right, so for Monday and Tuesday, and I'm using Doreen Virtue, which I'm a huge fan of her works, and I love her oracle cards, and I love her Ascended Mastered cards, and I love all of her cards because they sing to me. And I'm happy to work with anything that sings to me on a vibrational level. And that's flowers, that's crystals, which I have right around in this room. It's light, it's energy, it's music, it's harmonics, it's getting out in nature. It's allowing yourself to be open to the energy and joy of all things magical and elemental, and I'm really focusing on some fairy energy this week, so that's very exciting for me. I love that. Oh, we just are taking ourselves way too seriously. Okay, so for Monday and Tuesday, I have persistence. Oh, very regal. Luke. My apologies again if I'm not saying these right. When I look at this card and I see the energy of this card, oh wow, it's just really beautiful. So persistence for me, and if you really look at the headpiece and the third eye, and my third eye is actually really just pounding right now as I look at this, so I know I'm making the right connection with this. Really, the persistence is in, and thank you, in just accepting what is. The persistence is trusting and allowing your intuition and your connection to your inner self to open naturally, because the more you resist, the more you persist, the more it resists, or the more it resists. I'm doing really well today, and this is a perfect example of what is happening with all of these planets that are coming into alignment, is the inability to articulate. And I especially asked the energy of Archangel Gabriel to assist me today in articulating in a way that was clear and concise, and I can feel his energy and his presence here, but I'm just going to laugh at myself, because what else can you do? So persist in what you feel drawn to. Persist with your own spiritual practices. This is very much a time of spiritual awakening, and it has been for some time now, but really this is accelerating. And so I really feel for you on Monday and Tuesday, just with all of the expanded energy that's occurring, and we're very, very sensitive to these things at this point in time, is just to persist with your spiritual practices, whether that's your gratitude journal, whether that's your daily meditation, whether that's your daily walk in nature. Have a daily practice. Thank you. Have a daily practice that you will commit to on a soul level, that you will do this for yourself, because who else is more important than you? Because once you're okay, everyone else is okay. So it's just persisting with that and being mindful of your thought processes. And, I love and approve of myself. Everything is always working out for me. The universe always has my back. These are just a few that I love, and you all know this. Just be persistent and stay with what you know is your own truth within yourself on Monday and Tuesday, because I really feel that with all of the energies that are going to be occurring and are occurring, that you will be tested in this on Monday and Tuesday. So you really are going to be given opportunities to put your spiritual practices into practice. It's one thing to talk our truth, but really we need to walk the talk, don't we? And you will be asked to do that. But you, of course, have all of the support and guidance from the universe that you need to get you through this. You just need to ask. So on Wednesday and Thursday's positive change, yay! And I really do feel that, even though in some areas, especially in Australia, the weather is not so great at the moment, it's almost like I feel for Wednesday and Thursday for you that the clouds are starting to part, and you actually will see the sun rays coming through, and you'll look up. I really do feel that, you've at this point in time have spent a lot of time looking down, and that's a physical thing. I'm looking down because I'm so busy, and I'm so in my mind, and I'm so focused on where I need to be and what I need to do and where I need to go, that it's been a long time since you've looked up. Go outside tonight, look up at that expansive, incredible blackness and see the diamonds in the sky, and just go out there and just, it's so peaceful to look up at the night sky. And even during the day, look up. I love the clouds. I'm a big kid. As children, we love to make shapes out of the clouds. I still do that when I'm driving along. I get excited to see what creations that are going to be there for me to discover. And, sometimes they're really cool. I wish I take enough photos as it is, but it's in about the playfulness and the joyfulness and not taking life too seriously. But with the positive change for you, I really do feel that there is light at the tunnel, and you will get glimpses of that on Wednesday and Thursday. You will actually feel and see that changes are occurring, and all the work that you've been doing is starting to pay off. So hang in there. Don't give up yet. Don't ever give up. You know, even if we just have to take 1 hour at a time, and if that's all we can manage at any time, then that's good enough. It's good enough for me. It's good enough for you. And always remember that you have at all times the assistance of your angels, your guardian angels, your loved ones in spirits, the universe, your source, the source of all that is, to guide you and to help you carry your load in this life on your journey. Okay, so for Friday, go now. Oh, I love that. Look at that. That is just beautiful. Serapis Bay, just beautiful. What I feel with that on for Friday for you, wow, there's so much energy in that. What I really feel very strongly for that for you is that you've been a bit of a procrastinator, and we're all guilty of that. We all find it very easy to get distracted and to pick up things that we think are far more important than what we need to do. So what I'm feeling really strongly for you by Friday is that you have been thinking in your mind that there are things that you would like to do. And these are things like going for a walk in nature, packing the car, and just going for a drive for a day and just exploring. I really get a sense of a little bit of escapism. But you know what? A holiday is great, and even if you are going to a different location and it's only for a day, you will get the same energy from that experience as you would as if you had been on a holiday. It's invigorating for our energies. It's uplifting for us to really sometimes put ourselves in a completely different what's the right word that I'm looking for? Space, you know. Take yourself to a different place. Give yourself a new set of memories. Because when we're so busy and we're doing the same thing day in, day out, and we don't give ourselves that time, then all your reference points are just the same. And so when you go and take yourself away for a day or a weekend, you give yourself something new to look at, something new to experience. And it doesn't matter if it's somewhere where you've been before, it's still giving yourself the opportunity to take time out. And so I feel very strongly on Friday, and that would be leading into the weekend, that this is well and truly the plans that you've been putting on hold and putting everyone else before you and thinking that you don't have the time. And you know what? You could still go on a day trip and pack your own lunch and take your own things with you so that it reduces the costs if cost is an issue for you. But it's just experiment, you know, be spontaneous and just get in the car and start driving and trust your higher self to lead you to where it is that you need to be in that moment. And that can be just as much fun. But yes, definitely time to stop procrastinating for you on Friday. And that's all we have for this week. And I've rabbled on again, which I love to do. And I love working with the energy of spirit, my spirit team. And I love, if you're watching this, I love all of the energy that you give to this. Thank you to everyone that supports me by watching my weekly videos and is interactive on my page. And I just want to say how very blessed and appreciative and grateful I am that I can sit here and tune in to these beautiful energies and share a message to you that is coming through from my spirit team, angels, source. As I said earlier, it's all the same energy, just expressing itself in a different way. So anyway, I hope that you have a blessed week. Thank you again. I'm so grateful to you, and I will speak to you again next week. Bye.